Hey YouTube, this is Alice at Wonderland Speaks, and I had a topic the other day, and it's only because it popped up on my screen. I don't know why. Uh, Earlier this year, someone named Kevin Samuels, he kind of went viral because he was, and for all intents and purposes, was being very disrespectful to all these young women that reached out to him. Now, one would think if someone did that, but he wrapped it in a little bow, so to speak, pretty little bow. So they weren't, once they got past what he actually said, they weren't offended. I guess they got become desensitized to it, and I personally, I didn't know anything about it. I When somebody told me about it, I kind of turned to the channel, but beyond that, I think it was a clip that was floating around. I guess the one that went viral, and that's the only part I saw. That was enough for me. I made a judgment. I had an opinion based on that. That was enough, and that was it for me. I had several people come to me talking about this person. Now I know growing up, my mother always said, don't speak, ill of the dead. Well, so many of his videos popped up on my screen in the past couple of weeks. I was kind of forced. One would say, "No, you wasn't forced. You could have just flipped it." No, I thought to myself, give this person an opportunity. Maybe you misjudged him. Well, at first glance, I thought, maybe you've been wrong. But I continued to watch, and he has a blueprint. And again, I must say, I'm 66, so that's my mentality. That's how I think. I often say that when I'm sitting here watching something, and somebody in their 20s or 30s, and they'll react a certain way or do a certain thing, and I immediately have an opinion about that. And then I say to myself, but that's the 66-year-old you talking, So it took me all this time to get to this point to have that opinion. The moral of the story is his blueprint is he's very well dressed, but he's decided, like so many other black men, he's decided to blame the black woman for every problem that has transpired in the black community. That's not a newsflash. we we carry the burden for everybody. Everybody. How about we get some channels for black men? Don't change a thing, have the same blueprint, just flip the script and point it at men. Actually, you can't flip the script. You know why? Because we, black women, we've been here. We've been here. We've always been here. We'll continue to be here. Where is the black man? Where is he at? Where is he at? Oh, they were eating that up while he was telling these women that black women were responsible, and he was throwing out some numbers. They were not going to challenge him. First of all, that was his channel, and he made sure you knew it. The moral of the story is he went back to the 40s, literally. He went back to the 40s, and he talked about statistics, and 80% of black women were married, and they were housewives. So that's the moral of the story. That's where he wants us to go, okay? Forget about raising these children. We women, we did the best that we could. Where were the men? Where were they? They weren't there. They were not there. Meanwhile, we had to get several jobs. Several. We didn't work one. We worked several jobs, and we went to college, okay? We didn't just go. We got degrees, okay? Check those numbers. Check those stats, okay? Instead of, once again, blaming us for all the ills in the world. Now, it puzzled me as I continued to watch these videos because, and again, it's the 66-year-old me talking. Why were they eating this up? And something that occurred to me the other day, these young women are so starved for the attention, the intellectual attention of a black man, that they literally blew him up. He had no shortage of female callers all around between 20 and 40. Basically, though, 20 to 30. Anybody that called there between 30 and 40, oh, he really trashed them. I mean, he trashed every woman, every last one. Now, I'm going to get off that, and I'm going to speak for a moment on his pedigree, because you have to ask yourself, this man who is so focused on the black community and what black women are not doing, and that if you got kids, you need to give them away. Give them to the man that you made the babies with so that you can start fresh, because no man wants to marry a woman that has children. No, don't want to do that. Can't do that. It's not fair to the new man. This is his story, not mine. And you don't have to believe me. Just go check for yourself. I didn't know anything about this. This came on my screen. That's how I know. And because I didn't want to jump the gun, I did watch several of his videos so that I could get an accurate picture of what he is actually saying. Now, let us get back to his pedigree. Now, his pedigree / resume, what makes him an expert? You know, they always say when you get information, you always want to consider the source. Consider the source. And that's, I don't care what we're discussing. Anytime you absorb information, always look at where you're getting it. Because some may be legitimate and some may just be some bullshit. And there's plenty of that floating around. There's no shortage of bullshit. Okay? So, with that in mind. And of course, I throw myself in there because I did put some videos out. Okay? Talking about male-female relationships. But mine are more focused on, I got a positive take. And to be totally honest, those videos of mine, and they were all made this year, and they got the highest numbers of any videos that I have made. And, you know, in my mind, okay, let's go back to that. Go back to